Mustang PEK 3685 back here with a second benchmark of Shadow the Tomb Raider, this time with DirectX12 off. So we're starting off here in low, and then we'll go medium, high and very high. So this is the comparison compared to with DirectX 12 on. The previous video DirectX 12 on, this one DirectX 12 off. I'll post the times for each graphic setting below, and if you get any questions feel free to post below. So just to start off to say, I have to do it. This is the GE73 Raider RGB 8RF. It's an i7 8750H, and it's got a GTX1070 8GB, and it also has 16GB of RAM. So that's that part out the way. And I'm doing this on my iPad, I said it in the last video, so it gets a more accurate frames per second recording, because if I do use a recording device, it will affect the frame rate and you're not going to get a true frame rate. So with this way, it may not be the same quality overall obviously, and you may not see what I see frame wise, but you're getting an accurate representation of the frames, which is what we want. So I'll be doing many more benchmarks coming up. I'll be downloading some more games to the hard drive, and I'll be doing some more benchmarks to show how this beast, this GE73 from MSI beast of a laptop performs, and so far I've been very impressed with it. It has been impressive. Now remember, the in-game benchmark, it puts stress on the CPU and the GPU, so I've played this game, and when I did a benchmark on my desktop, it was showing at times the frame rate going down quite low. A lot of the time though is pretty, it doesn't go down to as low as that. I think this is just putting it under the maximum stress as possible. So it's saying there, frames rendered 9201, average FPS 58. Wow, and that was in low. And this is with DirectX 12 off. So now we're going to go into medium, which is the console, so that's style graphics. And we'll see how medium settings goes. And this, with DirectX 12 on, the previous video, is supposed to utilise the laptop's power better than with it off. So
¡Hey! ¡Cuidado, niños!
sorry if I'm going down a wee bit there, sorry about that. So obviously you can compare yourself here, the frame rates with DirectX 12 on and off, and make up your own mind, but it's supposed to make better use of the newer architecture and the newer CPU, the 8th gen CPU. So So this is the last part of this benchmark up for medium. After this scene we'll be going on to high, and after that is very high, and then that will finish our benchmark on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, DirectX12 off. And as I was saying, I have undervolted, said it in the last video, I'll just say it to confirm in here. I've undervolted the cache and the core by minus 150 each, to keep temperatures as good as possible. It doesn't do anything to the machine, but it helps kind of keep the temperatures more in check instead of to go up higher. It kind of helps a bit. Also as well, just to let you know, I'm using a cooling pad, which I have plugged in via USB, and it's on full fan mode underneath my laptop. So give or take, that may help a few Celsius. I don't know exactly how much, but maybe 4 or 5 at max, I'm not sure. So I can't obviously give an accurate statement on that until I've tried out the fan underneath it, which I've not done yet. So okay, so that's us done medium, so let's see how this goes. Frames rendered 8,881, average frames 56, so we're not getting, I'm noticing it straight away, we're not getting as much frames rendered and average frame, we're not getting as good a result compared to the DirectX 12 on. So really, for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, my recommendation is you have DirectX 12 on. If you've got an older laptop, then obviously try it and see if it helps an older laptop. And if it doesn't, then okay. But so now we're going on to high, and we'll see how the high benchmark goes. There's this beautiful SteelSeries keyboard.
¡Hey! ¡Cuidado, niños!
Just the brightness a wee bit there, it's quite high. Sorry, just... We're getting there, the second last part of this benchmark for high, and then we'll be on to the highest setting with DirectX 12 off. Oh, excellent. Okay. Okay. So coming up to the last scene here in the benchmark, before we then next go on to highest. Okay, so that was high. So we'll get the results in just a second to see what high was. So we've got a frames render of 8,860 and an average FPS of 56. So now we're going to go into highest, and we're just waiting for the textures to load, and then we'll start the benchmark, and we're ready to go. So this is highest coming up now, and then that's the benchmark finished. So we've done Shadow of the Tomb Raider with the DirectX12 on, first of all, and then this is the second video with it off. So obviously if you want to, you can compare the performance side to side.
¡Hey! ¡Cuidado, niños!
So let's get on to the jungle scene now. Okay, so come to the last part of this here, and I'm just going to say quickly at this part of the video, please give us a like if you like what I do, like the video, you like the benchmark. If you want to see more of my videos, hit the bell and subscribe, and you'll get notified of any more videos when I upload them. There will be plenty more coming with this. If you get any comments, any questions about the GE73 Raider RGB 8RF, feel free to ask. Yeah, and thank you for watching, and to everyone that has subscribed so far. I appreciate your support. So highest settings with the DirectX12 off, getting around the 30s in the busy marketplace here with highest settings. Now obviously, as I said, this is just stress testing. Usually you get a higher frame rate than that, but maybe certain parts of the game might put it under a bit more stress, but there we go. DirectX 12 off, definitely you're losing frames per second compared to, well, you're losing frames per second with it off, so I would probably say for this game to have it on. But obviously you could try it for yourself and see. So there we go, coming to the end of the benchmark, frames rendered 8,456, average FPS of 54, highest, and all the settings are on the left hand side. So thank you for watching. My next couple of benchmarks will be Rise of the Tomb Raider and the original Tomb Raider, and we'll do the exact same thing. We'll do the preset graphic settings and see how it performs on the i7-8750H GTX1070 8GB. Thanks for watching, bye bye.